Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ben Bakayoko, and I want to welcome you to another edition of The Resolution, the video series designed to help us build the resolve necessary to achieve our goals. Alright guys, about a month ago I told you Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, the two richest people on the planet, said the number one contributing factor to their success throughout life was their ability to focus. But at the time, I did not tell you why. So today, let me explain. So look, Warren Buffett said the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. I repeat, he said really successful people say no to almost everything. So in the past, when I thought about successful people, I only thought about the things that they did or accomplished. I only thought about the companies they created or the products and services that they created. I never really thought about the long list of things that they didn't do. I never thought about the things that they said no to. For instance, Warren Buffett said for every 100 opportunities that come his way, he says no 99% of the time. Meaning out of the 100 amazing opportunities that came his way, he only said yes to one. Richard Branson does something similar. I'm not sure if you know, but Richard Branson is also one of the wealthiest people on the planet. He's the founder of the Virgin Group, which controls over 400 companies. In a speech, Darren Hardy, the publisher of Success Magazine, actually tells a really powerful story about Richard Branson that I want to share with you today. So, a few years ago, Richard Branson was actually on the cover of Success Magazine, and one of the magazine's clients wanted to hire Richard Branson to speak at one of their conferences. They knew Darren Hardy knew Richard Branson, so it was like, Darren, call Richard Branson up and ask him to speak at our conference. So Darren Hardy hits up Richard Branson and is like, look, this company wants to hire you to speak at their conference, and they are willing to pay you $100,000 to speak at the conference. Will you accept? Richard Branson declines. But the company really wanted to have Richard Branson at the conference, so they said, look, tell him we'll offer him $250,000 instead. Richard Branson declines again. At this point, the company is like, look, we have told so many people that Richard Branson is going to be here, so tell him that we'll send a private jet to pick him up, and as soon as he touches down at the conference, we'll have him back on the plane in less than an hour, and we will pay him $500,000 to only speak for 1 hour. But guess what? Richard Branson declined again. Now the company is frustrated and they're desperate. So they're like, look, tell Richard Branson to name his price. We're willing to pay whatever. Darren Hardy calls again. He gets in contact with one of Richard Branson's staff members and says, look, name your price. The company is willing to pay whatever. And the staff member replies, Richard Branson is focused on 3 strategic priorities right now, and he will only allow us to allocate his time to something that significantly contributes to the accomplishment of one of those 3 goals. And speaking for a fee is not one of them, no matter how much you are willing to pay. Once again, guys, the message is clear. Successful people are driven, they're focused, and they're goal-oriented. Day in and day out, they focus on their goals for months, for weeks, for years, and sometimes even decades until they accomplish it. And that's why they are so alert. That's why they are so focused, and that's why they are so passionate about what they do. And sometimes that is why nothing can hold them back from accomplishing their goals. And if you think about it, that's why they aren't easily distracted and unfocused. That's why they don't waste time. And that's why they do not compromise the accomplishment of their goals for immediate gratification. Earl Nightingale said we can only steal time, talent, and ability from ourselves. He said if we want to be successful, we have to make the most use of what we have with the time that we have been given. Thanks again for listening, guys, and remember, dreams do come true. But number 1, we must dream it. Number 2, we must believe it. And number 3, we gotta grind every single day until we achieve it. Peace.